Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Fortnite Battle Royale video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to win solo and how to play Fortnite when you run up against enemies that are decent builders or people that just want to build to the sky. Because nowadays, a lot of players are a lot better at building, especially with this new update. Players tend to play a lot more aggressive as well sometimes, or they will turtle up when they are definitely, have the odds against them because of how fast it is to farm up mats or to replenish stuff like that, because you can farm up quicker, of course, even though you can hold less. So we're going to talk about that in today's video, and you guys will see me get a nice little solo win here where, sure, some of the gunfights or fights were probably against players that weren't the best, but as you can see here, where the game's already started off, first fight is against a tryhard player, and of course, basically in this video, that's what we're going to be talking about, how to win against tryhard players and get people that know how to build. If you guys could drop a like on this thing, let's go for 2,000 likes. That would be absolutely amazing. I would very much appreciate if we could hit that. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and not already subscribed as well, and of course, big thank you to everyone using my supporter creator code, which is the Goblin YT in the Fortnite item shop. So here we go. Basically, I'm in a 1v1 fight against this guy, and this is where sometimes you can, I can turtle up or sort of box myself in and then use edits to be able to beat that guy. The second player comes in on me, and of course, at this time, I realize that this is where the new update is nice. You get some extra health, and this allows situations like this where it would be a lot tougher before the update. I can take on and beat, two decent players in a situation like this. As you can see here, of course, I'm going to regroup here because I don't have many mats, and this is something that happens where you'll see in this game, everyone wants to build fight all the time, and a lot of people don't really want to take on gunfights, and that's why I'm not going to go for a build fight with that guy, because I only have 150 mats, and that's nothing nowadays. That would literally disappear. So what I said is I'm going to go inside here. I'm going to sort of lure him down, and that was the plan. Right there, I crack him for 190, which is absolutely huge. I want to finish off this fight right now if I get the chance, because of course it's time for aggression. I'm trying to analyze and look through these edits, trying to get an angle on him. But then I realized at the same time, hey, I can pop these minis. Obviously, when you hit someone for something like that 190, I want to be aggro because I know guaranteed he has less than 10 health. It's just a fact, right? But at the same time, he's gonna, when we're separated like this, he's gonna spend time healing, and that's what I'm gonna do also. As you can see right there, basically what I did was edit it again, cracked him with another shotgun shot, but this guy has a bunch of shields. Every single time I'm hitting him, and then hitting him again the next time I see him, it's always blue hit markers, and that's because, of course, he's replenishing his shield. He might have minis, he might have a big pot, he might have slurp, who knows what he has, and then I see that he's up there, and what I see is that sparkling through the floor, and that allows me to know that that was a campfire. So of course, that is why I choose to go aggro. There's always a reason when you decide to go either aggressive or defensive, and that's how I was able to win against those first two fights against two decent players, was because of how I started out and my patience with those fights. With when you're fighting in Tilted or Retail or wherever, early game, you don't have that many mats, or ever when you don't have that many mats, you want to play it safe and you want to take your time. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin. I interrupt this video just for a quick second to show some of the latest giveaway winners from my latest videos, as well as my YouTube story comments. Shout out to It's Me, Cymix, Modi Teja, Little B45, and Supreme, who you can see me gifting the skins to up on the screen. Guys, I really do appreciate the support lately and supporting these videos, as well as the tips and tricks. I know you guys really do like these videos. I think this one could be very helpful to you guys when fighting against good builders. So we'll get right back into the video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Smack that like button and enjoy the rest of the video, guys. And right here, I pull up behind this guy who was trying to make a sweet escape with this helicopter. Hit him for like 130, 140 damage. So I'm about to finish this off for an easy kill. But unfortunately, as I'm about to chase this guy down, a player is right up behind me and immediately challenging me for the build fight. Now, one thing I will say, one of the keys that it seems like there's a lot of good players on lately. Of course, players are always getting better at building and stuff like that. But the thing is, with a glider redeploy, it is absolutely nice because a lot of people love to go for build fights nowadays. But when you have that, you don't have to worry about being shot down, and I can sort of always try to maintain high ground, like you'll see in these fights. Even the other time when I was approached, I'm trying to maintain high ground as much as I can. Of course, I have this guy, he's boxed in there, but I'm also playing this smart. Every time he builds, I try to go high and above him, block him off there, always trying to keep my high ground on this, because there's nothing to worry about because I have that glider redeploy. If I didn't have the glider redeploy, I might have to be playing this differently, but honestly, that I do have that, it's something that I've been carrying so much more because of the update, and the glider redeploy did not get changed in the update, if you're wondering. It's the fact that people can basically, you know, get the 50 health for each kill. Right there, I tried to shoot him through the builds, and of course he got a mini off, which was unfortunate, but I checked the roof, and that was my roof the whole time. So he made a common mistake, which is not replace. When you go into a 1x1 in a build fight, you have to make sure those walls and that floor, that roof is yours, or else the enemy player can just edit right in on him. Of course, I didn't realize it right away, but once I did, I instantly punished. And of course, another thing about is when I'm up here, I can literally just sit up here because I have no worries because of my glider redeploy. Now, the thing with the glider is it is pretty slow. And the thing is that I like to activate it because you can get shot, right? Once you activate it, you're gliding super duper slow. You can be shot, but I like to activate it right before I hit the ground. And that's one of the cool ways I tend to use it, especially late game, so where I don't take as much damage in it as before. There I take some damage, but of course I trade it off with a huge headshot. And then once again, this is where they start to, he tries to block me off, and I go for the aggro play because of course I have the damage in there. Now, when I have a shotgun like this, your shotgun is going to be your most important gun for winning fights against tryhards or good builders or good players in this game, because once you hit them, you know, usually a fight will break out with maybe an assault rifle shot from distance, although enemies could probably heal that up by the time you get there, depending on the scenario. But a shotgun shot, when you crack them with that, you're already close to them and you can make the play on them. So right here you can see I'm playing pretty aggro. I'm using this glider redeploy. I'm like, hey, I'm 178. I want to upgrade my SMG before the end of this game, but obviously this guy sees me coming, so I have to reset, and that's where I tend to use the jump pad. This was a nice play here. I used the jump pad to switch it up on him, and I have the complete, I just take over his builds and have the complete high ground. Now right here, I turn and I take away from that fight. I don't overchase that fight, and this is the smart move. This is the move that helped me out, is because I obviously, this guy is the third party coming in, Sunstrider, tryhard skin, trying to challenge me. I get boxed in, I'm able to break out. And right here I decide, because I know there's a third party down there, I know this guy was up there, of course, I want to dip out from that fight. And the reason why I decided that was because I know I can get a chance to beat that guy in a fight in a different occasion where there isn't a third party around and where it won't burn as many mats. You can see right here again, I run into him once again. And eventually when there's a good player in the lobby, if no one else takes them out, like, you know, you can see right here, I disengaged from that fight and then I farmed up a few more mats, went right back to the fight, and we're fighting once again. And when you're fighting against a good player like this, it's going to be tough, but you want to try to keep the high ground and try to just use your builds as much as you can. Don't be scared of overbuilding. When you recognize that the enemy is, you know, you're going to know in a game when people are building using pyramids. You can usually tell when someone's a fast builder, and when people are, you know, building a little bit are very competitive next to you, those are the people where you don't want to be afraid to use your mats. Once again, he comes in here on me. I try to go above him, drop down, try to get my shots in, and we're back to another build battle. So this is where, like, at this point where you get health from kills, like health and shield, it's cool, and that's a huge incentive to fight. But still, like, even fighting this guy, if I had continued that build fight or any of this, by the time we're done this fight, we're both gonna, like, we're literally, this is, you know, two good players in the lobby right now fighting this out. Or at least, you know, this guy seemed pretty good, by the way. You know, I was fighting with him. He obviously looks like he's low on mats there when he's trying to shoot at that. So I'm like, okay, this is my chance to try to push him. Obviously, so I tried to push him on the high ground, edit down, and hit him with the headshot. That is the nicest way to do it. When you have high ground, even when you're dropping down, you have that advantage because you can see down a lot easier when you're dropping than them looking up. And also, you also decide when to make that edit and when to make that nice play. And eventually, I catch him with that. That's an example of, I didn't push the fight. I didn't try to, after he put that trap on me, I didn't try to, you know, go and build up to him again or something and give him the high ground. I played it smart, and when I had the opportunity, I nailed the shot, and I was able to use that to be able to win. So right here, you can see, this puts me in struggle mode, and this will happen when you're fighting tryhards. You're going to use all your... It's not a positive gain. You get one kill, you use all your shields and, you know, builds and stuff, and sure, they probably use all their builds as well, so you don't really replenish much. You get 50 health and shield for the kill. So this is where the point where I realized my mats aren't the best situation, and the two players above me, the only two players left, are currently in a rift. Of course, this is where I want to get some shots in. I get this guy down to 47 health. By the way, for people asking, why am I carrying 2 assault rifles? That is not on purpose. I'd used, I think, like all of my glider redeploys, or most of them, and there just was nothing else around, so that's why I was able to grab this Scar for now, because why not? I have nothing else in that slot. So you can see here, I know I got this guy weak. I can't really, like, I'm not going to push him right now. There's 2 enemies left. So I'm going to wait on the next zone, which is usually what you want to do late game. This is the smart play, is just to sort of chill and wait on the next zone. Because if this next zone is on me, I'm good. I'll probably build one thing higher and just chill. If it's behind me, I'm going to start to rotate early. If it's up to that mountain, I'm going to have to start to move early to that as well. And you can see right here when it ends up hitting, the zone does take me up to that mountain. I just played this game a few hours ago on my Facebook live stream. Check out the link in the description to my Facebook live stream, by the way. Be streaming every day for the rest of the month there, some Fortnite. So you can see here, I shoot down that. I know that this guy's the one guy that I had weak earlier, so he probably has healed, but I still want to get some shots in. And I also realize at this point with the zone, I have to move up, and this is where I'm trying to plan my next move. So, you know, having a glider redeploy would be super dope right now. Don't have it because I burned through it. Having a jump pad would be super dope as well. Don't have that. So I'm going to have to build to this and sort of just challenge this as best as I can. So what I do is I realize it's moving right now. My first move is going to be to drop down a little bit and then build my way up. The reason why I dropped down before I built my way up is just because I won't be as high in case I was to be shot down. And then I build and connect it right here onto another build. This is always what you want to do. If there are pre-existing builds, connect your build to that. You get basically free high ground. And now I'm in sort of a power position. Hit this guy for 48. I'm trying to make sure I can hit these shots right. I'm not really too scared to challenge because when he does hit me, it's like I got 6 minis, which of course isn't 10. And the way I finish this game off is pretty nice. I hear the other guy below me, and I realize he's running in with me. 90 to the head, drop down here, and of course finish off. This was, it looked like more of a beginner player there. But most of the players that I fought that game were fairly decent players, and that was something I think that could help you guys learn how to win those fights, when to disengage, when to, you know, disengage not because, you know, there's different reasons to do it. Maybe you're just burning through shield, burning through mats. They have the high ground. You have bad positioning. You want to rotate. There's so many ways to do different things. Hopefully this video did help you guys out. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next one, and I'm out. Peace.